Hello and welcome. It's been a while. Welcome back to another episode of Jordan Snow's Tiny Room Concert. I have with me this amazing person. Introduce yourself. Who are
Hi,
you?
my
What do you
name
do?
is Darcy and I play stuff.
She plays stuff and she's Darcy Segura. And last time I saw you, you were playing for a band called Everglaze, and that was pretty cool because y'all came out with this awesome album that I was jamming in my car every day. And now I'm really sad because y'all aren't a band anymore. But now you're in this new metal project called, what is it? Sleeping with Silence?
No, that's a completely different
That's a
band.
completely different band.
No, it's called Suffering in Silence.
Suffering in Silence. Why are you suffering? Why are you silent?
I mean, I didn't make the name. It's just supposed to be like the band's supposed to center around. Each song is supposed to pertain to wellness and awareness, different situations that people go through.
Okay.
Yeah, the first music video is actually supposed to kind of shed light on what happened with Everglaze as well, because no band disrupts or ends that suddenly. So
I'm looking forward to having some insight on that because I was big sad and I am definitely curious as to I don't want you to talk bad about anybody, but I am curious to know what the heck happened because y'all seemed like y'all were doing so well and I was so excited.
no, yeah, I mean, I don't have any malice towards anybody in the band or the band in general, which will be kind of counteractive to what we're actually showing. It's supposed to be more dramatic, obviously, but I didn't feel comfortable telling the family and some of the members in particular, because half of them knew what happened and then a couple were in the dark. I didn't feel comfortable telling them because it was pretty bad. So for me, it's I would rather just say it through art because they're probably not going to see it anyway, but I still need to let out my truth because it's been weighing on me. So.
So you were in Suffering in Silence since even before you were in Everglades, right?
Yeah, about halfway through, when things started getting more stressful because we started getting more shows and stuff, that's when I got the opportunity from one of our photographers that we had. His name is Brian. He was like, hey, this band is exactly what you said you wanted, because I wanted to sing heavier. I came from originally playing metal music in a band that, I mean, to me, we weren't that great because I was 19, 18, so I was like, yeah, play the guitar, I don't know what I'm doing. But I've always wanted to play heavier stuff because my mom listens to Lorna Shore and Cattle Decapitation, so definitely different from Everglades, so we're moving styles.
Yeah. So what are you excited about with that band? What y'all have coming up?
I'm excited because there's a lot more learning that needs to be done. First of all, this is a 6-piece band, so there's way more people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they're trying to get we're trying to find a synth person and a DJ and all sorts of crap. So
oh wow.
Yeah,
doing Slipknot type things.
So, yeah, because a lot of our influencers are Slipknot and Deftones, just things that
cool.
Also Limp Bizkit, which it's gonna be interesting.
So a little bit of all that new metal type stuff.
Yeah, so it's a completely different feel. It's definitely going to be interesting figuring out how backing tracks work and all that stuff, because most of the time, especially with Everglades, we just guitar, amp, play,
Yeah.
It's a lot more learning. Free knowledge.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I'd say if you're trying to figure out backing tracks, maybe get with some of the sound guys at some of the venues, they'll probably have experience with that,
I just feel awkward being hey, can I buy you a drink and you tell me knowledge? I feel like that's a little...
Or you can just ask.
I guess. I never really go to bars because I just turned 21, so it's
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I don't know. A lot of the time, if they're not super busy, if you catch them before a show or something, or after whatever, people generally they'll share information. They don't really mind as long as you're not catching them in the middle of when they're running around while they're working.
Sure, that would be rude. So.
Yeah, but if you catch them at a good time, before a show when they kind of have everything set up and they're just chilling, waiting around, they'll talk to you.
I definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've really liked about doing these interview things is I've learned how to ask questions a lot better and kind of figure things out, gather knowledge, and even get into to interview people who like aren't necessarily musicians or like maybe play a little bit, but they're like more on the production type side of
Yeah.
things. And I've even like talked to people off camera and been able to get a lot of cool information that I didn't know before. So it's all been a learning process.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
So how long have you been doing music? Like I know you do your own stuff too.
It has been since the beginning of 2020, because that's when I graduated, and I was like starting to already mess around with the guitar. Because originally, I started playing guitar in third grade. I was in like a classical quartet at my school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I mostly play like flamenco, which is
You're like kind of classically trained almost a little bit.
a little bit. That was only for like 2 years, and then I
Hey,
transferred
2
schools.
years of classical training is more than most people.
The only irritating thing about that is our teacher at the time would tell us to not touch the tuning pegs. So one concert we had, my third string was just completely out of whack, and I was like, "This is untuned." He's like, "No, it's fine." The entire concert, bing, 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 and I'm like, "Oh!" So then from there, I learned how to like tune by ear because it irritates the fuck out of me now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only time, and then I gave it up for a while and started focusing on art instead. And then I was trying to do scholarships, rodeo stuff, and then
Art like visual art.
yeah. So I do
drawing.
like painting, sculpting, digital art. I started doing covers for bands. I just did Coy and Rosie's.
Oh yeah,
covers.
I saw the Koi one. I didn't know about the Rosie one. That's sick.
Yeah, they just released a song called "One for All." That's based on the.
You did that?
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good.
Yeah, they said they wanted it kind of based on the anime.
I was literally in Round Rock at IkiCon when they released that, and I saw it, and I was like, "That's so cool!"
Yeah. Right now, I'm working on T-shirts for them, trying to kind of put that in a T-shirt form, so they're like part of the anime.
Awesome! Oh my god.
Yeah. So I started doing that, but then 2020 hit. I think 2021 is when I joined Everglaze. That's when I really started focusing on music because I did not sing nearly as well. Before that, I was also like playing at festivals and stuff every once in a while by myself, and it would put bread on the table. But then I was like, eh. And then I saw Everglaze they put an ad for like 6 shows. They were gonna go to Chicago and all these other things. I was like, well, I'm bored. So I called them and I said, hey, are you guys doing auditions? Yeah, can you meet us in a week? And I was like, okay. I listened to the song and I was like, can we just do it today? And they were like, yeah, here's the address, meet me in 2 hours. So I was like, okay. So I went upstairs, I heard the person downstairs and I was like, yeesh, what is happening? And then I had never heard them before. I hadn't heard any of their songs. They took me upstairs, so I was just kind of reviewing the songs. I sang 2 songs downstairs and they kept me. So
Nice.
that's how the music stuff started.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely upped the game on that band for sure. Because I heard some of the stuff from how the previous singer, how they sounded before, and like it was alright. But like
I heard a lot of stuff too.
no lie, like because I had actually talked on the phone with one of their members. I forget who. I think is there somebody named Brandon?
Yeah, that was the drummer.
Okay, yeah, I think I talked to him on the phone at one point, and he was telling me they were looking for a singer, asking if I know anybody. And,
Yeah, they were asking around for like, because they had so
for a
many
while,
shows
yeah.
lined up.
And it was like way before I even knew that you made it in the band or whatever, like months before. And I tried to like turn them on to a friend of mine, and they were telling me some of the things that they wanted, and I was like, oh yeah, no, she may not be the best person.
They definitely were particular.
What y'all are looking for, yeah. But I was like, y'all should definitely go for a female singer. That would be dope. Like,
They did it so rushed though. Like I only had 2 weeks after I met them to learn all the songs before that first show. So like, no matter
before the album release, or
No.
Oh, the Tune Out Cancer one, or what was the first one?
The first one was they played at Rise Rooftop.
Oh wow, you went to Rise like right after.
Yeah, that was the first show. So like anybody they would have asked it would have been freaking hard to learn all 13 songs before said show. Like they were rushing. So
I did a show where I had to rush and learn like maybe 8 to 10 songs in 2 weeks, and that was a lot for me. So I
It
can imagine
sucks.
doing 14. Yeah.
Yeah. Like at the time I was a waiter, so in the morning when I woke up, well, before I went to bed, and while I was doing service, because I was trying to practice the entire set without interruption while listening to other things.
And
So there's
just trying to work and
yeah.
support yourself and be a grown up. Yeah.
Pretty
do
much,
all that.
yeah. So.
No, I get it. That's like the same situation I was in with my thing, but like it can be stressful. So yeah, I can see why maybe that didn't like work out long term, like how it could have been. It's with everything being so rushed.
Well, once I got it, I mean, it was okay. What really was the downfall of everything was just the lack of communication, the fact that the brothers didn't really like. I've had a conversation with the drummer's brother of like, he even told me, hey, if he's telling you one thing, you don't have to listen to him. Like, we're all a band, listen to all of us. And then I would be by myself with the other person, and they would just kind of.
Maybe the opposite.
Yeah, and the way it was kind of made it to where, like, I've talked to a couple people since then. It was almost like I was low-key groomed in a way, because I thought they were the leader of the band when I first joined. So every day I would stay after practice and be like, okay, so what do I need to improve on? Like, I've never been this high in the scene. Like, what do I need to do? I've only played like the 19th hole at max at that point, and it just became so overwhelming. Because one member would be like, okay, I'm gonna leave at any point, and I would trust you if I left the band. I'm like, okay, and then I don't know. It was so much. That was the real problem.
Yeah, it sounds overwhelming.
Yeah,
and I can relate to you, because like even like I hate to refer back to the same situation, but like it was the same thing for me, where it was like two people who were trying to be leaders and telling me kind of conflicting things, and I'm just like, I'm confused.
And it's like, can't we just play music? Why does there have to be so many politics?
Politics, exactly. That's what it is.
It's irritating, especially because they were all like, at the time I was 20, so I'm talking to like 32-year-olds, 27, which I know you're.
That's kind of the age of the people who I was dealing with too.
Yeah, and it seems like
I'm closer to that age, so I'm not 20, 21. I'm 27, and I was like probably 26, about to be 20. That was like my birthday was right around that time. So, but still, even so, you look up to people who are older than you, who like seem to have more experience, and like they're like producing and recording, and you're not. So you're thinking, oh, okay, you got your stuff together probably more than me. But sometimes they don't.
They do not. Yeah, because now I think everybody in the band, I think the drummer deleted all of his accounts because I don't see anything from him. Joe is now in Skeptic Nation, and they're doing really good.
Oh, Skeptic Nation is awesome.
Yeah, they're amazing. And actually, we were supposed to do live at Bill's, and because the band ended, we canceled. They took our place, and from then, like, they started getting more warehouse shows, more light up. Like, they've been
the Skeptic's bass player, he does sound at Warehouse.
Yeah. I saw him too. The other day.
I saw him at they had a bunch of cover bands. And my buddy's Pantera cover band, A New Level, they were playing there.
Yeah, that's Donnie's band, right?
Yeah. It was so good. Dude, literally, it was like the mosh pit was going so hard, I had to step out the fourth song and like take a breather. And I was like chilling with some old people, and I was like, yo.
No, they always bring a show.
Yeah.
It was That's crazy how everything's connected like that. I didn't even know you knew Donnie.
Oh yeah. No, me and Dean go back years. And Dean is in Surrender Stella with my brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's how I found out about that. Cause like Dean is like, he's like the reincarnation of Dimebag Darrell. So
I have noticed.
I'm like, dude, cause like when I met him like years ago, we were in a little ragtag band called Last Minute Band, cause we were gonna go try and play a show in New York for like Epic Records or something.
Was it really a last minute thing?
It was a lot. We threw it together. We were like, all right, we're gonna go to this Battle of the Bands thing. We're gonna like show out for Epic Records, try and make this happen. And I was like, yo, this dude is so good. Like, and we were hanging out like all the time. And then I didn't see him for years. And then all of a sudden I'm like, yo, dude, because the bass player I was playing with when I was in Surrender Stella, randomly met him at his practice studio, because he was chilling with Shelter the Orphan over there, and he was like, dude, I heard this guy playing guitar that's freaking crazy, and he's super into Pantera. He's got long curly hair, and I was like, Dean Rose, and he's like, I don't really remember his name, to be honest.
How do you
I was
not
like,
remember his name?
I was like, go find that dude again, ask him if his name is Dean Rose, and get him like hang out with him more, get him hanging out over here because he's awesome. And then Dean ended up taking my place in the band.
Oh my god. Damn, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was all mutual. It was like, I'm like, hey, I need to go work. I need to make money. Get Dean in the band.
It worked out. It worked out.
Yeah. So, but, yeah. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But, so, let's talk more about your bands. Your band. They all have any songs coming out? You said you were working on an acoustic album, right?
Yeah, so that one's completely separate. With Suffering in Silence, we're supposed to be releasing that first song March 24th. We're trying to get the music video finished because we just did the first scenes, the performance shots and stuff. This is like the first music video I'm actually being a part of. Like, we did one with Everglaze, but that was like performance, and I accidentally sicked the entire audience on the camera guy because I was like, all right, you guys are about to be in a music video, so go crazy. So the entire time he was like,
That's awesome.
yeah, this one is more like, there's actually like acting in it, there's scenes, you know.
Nice.
There's
Suffering
actually,
in Silence?
yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't mix it up again.
Yeah, Suffering in
Once
Silence.
I do it once, I'm like,
No, you're good. I think like it kind of, the name is kind of like very 2000s. So I'm like slight cringe, but also I get it. You know, at least you'll remember. Like,
hey, you're the voice of the people who are suffering in silence.
Hopefully, yeah. Because there's a couple of the songs we're working on is one is about, you know, whatever happened with Everglaze, which is a rather heavy topic. There's one where their drummer actually died, and we're supposed to be like making a song and a music video for him as well.
Who's drummer?
They used to be a band called Everlasting Disaster, and then they changed it to Suffering in Silence, but they were a band beforehand.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of heavy topics like loss, or you know. But yeah, that's what's coming up for them. We're trying to get the ball rolling right now, but with 6 people, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So.
And you're like the main singer? Are there any people doing backup vocals? How is this dynamic working?
So there's 2 singers. There's me. I do all the clean vocals and harmonies and stuff, and then
a screamer.
Yeah, we have a screamer, which I have not worked with yet before. Like I did, but they were still learning how to scream, so it's kind of awkward.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully, well.
Hopefully, it's very hit or miss in Houston. So.
Yeah. I've heard some. My friend Robbie kind of explained to me how to scream one time, and he explained it to me in a way that like made more sense than any other way I've heard it. And he was like, you just think of it like whispering, but like if you were whispering like, no, just like have you ever seen that? What's the one? The House Bunny, where she's trying to remember people's names and she's like, oh, your name is Cameron. Like,
I have not seen that. What the hell?
And she's like, it's like a mnemonic device she does to remember.
So she just gutturals in her mind?
Yeah. But that's how he explained it to me. He's like, you ever just whisper like that? Or like, and then you just do that, and then you just turn up the volume really high, and I'm like...
That's a great way of explaining it. Nobody's ever explained it.
But then you just like, you can do it in different tones. Like you can do it deeper, higher, or whatever. And then you just practice do it, like changing the pitch of your voice as you're just kind of like whisper screaming. I'm
gonna practice that now because I have no idea how to scream, but also maybe you should practice more so you don't hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a screamer, but I think I'm better now than I was before, so.
Hey, that's something.
I'm not gonna belt anything out right now because I'll just embarrass myself.
You'd peak audio wise.
Yeah. Start clipping on the phone. So, would you mind playing us a song?
Yeah. I guess.
You look nervous. Like.
I'm always nervous. It's always easier to play for like a couple hundred people than just one. So.
Dang, what the heck? I can leave the room.
Intentions I thought I had realized. Tell me how good you are for me. Learned all the things I loved in life. Now screaming it back to me. I waited a while now to give you a chance to maybe be someone who I can spend all my time with and share my thoughts. But you had a different cause. Show me the real you, the one that I can't see. Show me the man who wanted to be with me. Yeah, I tried to believe that maybe you were more than a man who steals from his mother. Show me the real you, the one that I can't see. Relapse when you decide you're done being the man that I don't want. I set the standards low enough for even a worthless man. I wanted to be on my own for a while. You yelled when you wanted to, but I couldn't blame you. I told you what I would do if I wanted you, yeah. So show me the real you, the one that I can't see. Show me the man who wanted to be with me, yeah. I tried to believe that maybe you were more than a man who steals from his mother. Show me the real you, the one that I can't see. The one that I can't see.
Sorry, I always sound a little nervous when I play.
It's
For just
okay.
one-on-one.
No, you sounded incredible. Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you for playing that. So, anything else you want to talk about? Any shows coming up? Anything you want to promote? You earned yourself 2 minutes of free promo time.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this guitar, no, just kidding. Suffering in Silence, we're gonna release the music video and the song on March 24th. It sounds pretty good. Right now we have a song on Spotify. It's just the interlude to that song. It's called The Storm, so just look up on everywhere, Suffering in Silence. Our logo is a lotus. Apparently the lotus is like a symbol for a lot of things depending on what color it is. I'm still researching it because the band basically just started. So we'll figure it out along the way. There's no shows coming up right now because we're trying to get everything together. Having 6 members is, I mean, everybody has a job and a life and all that stuff. So more photos will be posted. Hopefully I get money to do this shit. So yeah, for now, that's it.
So where can we follow you online and keep up with what's going on?
So online on Instagram, it's Darcy_Segura, DARCY_SEGURA. Same name on Facebook. I also, if you need any art or anything like that, I also have my art on that page. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have a Spotify for like one song I made in 2020, but now it sounds like crap because I don't sing the same way. So if you wanted to look that up, it's also my name.
All right.
Yeah.
And I assume you'll be posting about any side projects and bands and
Yeah.
Suffering in Silence stuff.
Yeah, and I'm definitely also looking for other projects, so if anybody needs a singer, I don't just sing hee-haw shit, it's also other stuff.
Cool.
So, like there was a band that's saying they need a singer on Craigslist, and that was English. They needed a singer on Craigslist. So I sent in an inquiry, kind of, like I sent them samples and stuff, but I haven't heard back, so maybe they already have a singer. It was like 26 days ago. Who knows?
We'll see.
Who knows? But yeah.
Plenty of things going on. Sounds like you got an exciting life ahead of you.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
thanks for coming.
And thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Whoever you are.
Whoever you are. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a remote.
Oh yeah. Bye.
New and improved equipment.